Hi, and welcome to the 7 strategic steps to plan, budget, and grow, and set your business on the path to an extra $10,000 a month. I call this the ultimate business development tool, not because it's fancy, but because it's simple, strategic, and it works. It starts with number 1, the situation analysis, or where are we now? Let's start with a clear-eyed look at your business as it stands today. Firstly, in terms of financial resources, do you have money available for working capital? Do you have experience in this kind of business? Do you have experience in technical experience in the area in which this business falls? And do you have any digital marketing experience? Because that's obviously important for the future. But as well as that, we need to look at your situation in terms of the market. Is your brand well known in the market? Is your brand a little bit known in the market? Or is your brand not known at all in the market? So those analysis questions enable you to put together a clear statement of your current situation. The second one is the goals and objectives analysis. Where do you want to go, or what are you aiming for this month, this year, or long term? And it's really, really important that you set goals for this month and this year and for 3 years, and that you continually update those goals at the beginning of each period. One of the reasons for this is because your brain has a filtering system called the reticular activating system. And what the RAS does is to filter out millions and millions of messages that you receive via all your senses each day. And you can't possibly process that many, so they have to be filtered. And what the RAS lets into your brain is whatever you're focused on at the moment. That means the process of setting goals is the way that you focus on that particular issue. For example, if you decide to buy a blue BMW, all of a sudden you look and the blue BMWs are everywhere. There aren't any more of them now than before. It's just that your RAS has filtered out everything else and just left the blue BMWs, which register in your mind. Similarly, there are things in messages and your other senses that may help you in the development of your business. And normally they would be filtered out because you are not looking for those, but in setting goals, you are focusing on your business development, and some of these things that would normally have been filtered out come into your brain and are available for you to work on and develop. And so it's really important that you set goals. The third one is, how will you get there? That's the strategy analysis. Strategy analysis is a bit more complex than before. You need to set a business strategy. That's the overall strategy for your business. You need to set a marketing strategy, how you will communicate with your target market. Your financial strategy, how much will it cost to develop your business and where will the money come from? And an operational strategy, how you're going to put it all together. That includes the administration and reporting part of the process. So strategy analysis is a bit complex, and most people need a facilitator to work through that with them. So number 1 is the situation analysis. Number 2 is the goals and objectives analysis. Number 3 is the strategy analysis. And number 4 is the financial analysis. Let's talk about investment in money, time and people. You have to have a budget. Well, I say you have to have a budget. Most people don't. But it's really important that you set the financial path for the coming year or 3 years into a spreadsheet. We, Michael Palmer Consulting, have a spreadsheet program, 20 linked pages where you can add the data to the cells in the first few pages of the program, and it automatically calculates everything for you, the profit and loss, the cash flow, and lots of other things too. But you don't have to use ours. Actually, we provide a copy of that program free of charge to clients. But you don't have to use ours. You can use the one that's in Xero, or you can use plenty that you can find on the internet. But my clients have used the one that we have for many years and found it to be very good. So that's the financial analysis. You finish up with a completed spreadsheet which provides you with a budget for the upcoming period, mostly 1 year. Step number 5 is the working capital analysis. Where will the money come from? So you've just calculated in the financial analysis that you will need $10,000, $20,000, $200,000, whatever it is for you, to implement the plan that you've set. And now we have to work out where can that money come from. And I found out that there are really only 4 main sources. The one is the bank, and the bank will provide debt funding under certain strict conditions. The second one is the government, and the government may provide grant funding, again under certain very strict conditions. The third one is an investor who might provide equity funding, takes equity in your business in return for investing a certain amount of money. And that comes with conditions as well, obviously. Investors are really, really fussy about the kind of business that they invest in. And the fourth one is the 3 F's: friends, family, and fools. The concept of the 3 F's is well known in the investment space. And the 3 F's is obviously the easiest place for you to get working capital to grow your business, but it's by far the worst place you can get that funding from, because friends, family and fools rarely do any due diligence, and the business that they invest in quite often fails because that due diligence hasn't been done. So then we come to number 6, the risk analysis, and this is really important. Is it worth it? And what could go wrong? And there are risks in everyone's business, and yours and mine and everybody else's. And you have to assess those risks and decide whether the business that you're developing provides the rewards that are worth taking those risks. Everybody has a personal risk profile, and that's somewhere in the matrix from one extreme, which is risk averse. That's what I am. I don't like taking risks. At the other end of the spectrum is adrenaline junkies that thrive on taking huge risks, both for their life and for their money. And somewhere in between is the personal risk profile that everybody has. And I work that out with my clients to see what their profile is. And we look at the risks of going forward in terms of the client's personal risk profile. That's really important. And number 7, how to tie it all together. There is 6 analysis steps, and you tie that all together in the business plan summary. All of this comes together in a simplified business plan structure, which doesn't have to be fancy, it just has to be honest and useful. And the simple one that we recommend for clients has the following subheadings: an executive summary. Number 2, where are we now? Number 3, where do we want to go? Number 4, what's the plan to get there? Number 5, what will it cost? Number 6, where will the money come from? And number 7, is it a good idea? So that's the simple business plan structure. And this business plan doesn't have to be fancy, but it does have to be real. And this is the document that can turn your thoughts into action, your ambition into strategy, and set you on a path towards increasing your revenue by $10,000 a month.